4 of Kenosha schools are about to vanish.
And what replaces them will change the Kenosha housing market forever. Stay tuned.
So first, we're talking about a little bit of backstory. Back in 2023, KUSD decided to right-size the district. They said they had not enough kids in every building, and they had to consolidate all the buildings. So they closed 4 elementary school buildings.
I believe so, yeah, 4 or 5.
And 2 middle schools.
Sad.
Aalia's Lincoln Middle School is one of them, and she got right-sized into Lance, which ended up not being such a bad thing because she loves Lance Middle School now. But anyway, the buildings that they closed sat vacant now for the last 2 years until May of this year, when the city of Kenosha decided to acquire those buildings on that land. They acquired it from KUSD. Whether or not any money actually exchanged hands, I honestly have no idea. All I know is that the city of Kenosha purchased those sites back in May of 2025, and then in September, this past September, they awarded some demolition contracts to a couple demolition contractors, one out of Brookfield. I'm not sure where the other one's out of. I believe that they're both local companies to here in Wisconsin, and they decided they're going to demolish all 6 buildings, or all 4 buildings. I'm sorry, all 4 buildings, and they're going to redevelop the sites into more community-based sites.
So why it matters, not just the demolition news, this actually impacts the housing supply, the property values, and also future neighborhood character. So you should care about what's happening in your neighborhood.
Not only if you live in the neighborhoods, but if you live here in Kenosha, because it's going to affect all of Kenosha, not only just those neighborhoods specifically.
Okay, so the 4 schools that are slated for demolition, let's go over it, okay? So the first one is the K-Tech East building right off of 18th Avenue, which is the former Lincoln Elementary. The redevelopment is going to take that building into a new campus for safer traffic, the traffic flow and the drop-off and the pickup for the current Lakeview K-8 building, which was a former K-Tech building as well. The impact is the safety concerns of all, of course, the school and the students and the staff, the congestion, also the family convenience in that area. So it'll impact on that aspect because there'll be some road closures, of course, and safety in the dust and all the construction noises and stuff. So just be aware that is going to be happening around that area. Chad, where is the second building?
So the old K-Tech West and the old McKinley on 32nd Avenue in Kenosha, kind of behind Tenuta's there off of 158 in Kenosha there. They are going to be transformed. They're going to totally demolish both of those buildings, and they're going to put a small community park, as well as they plan on putting 30 new residential single-family homes. They're supposed to be affordable homes, so not luxury homes, just affordable single-family homes. I'm not sure how they're going to fit 30 single-family homes on those 2 lots, but they supposedly have some kind of plan for that. So we'll see how that all shakes out.
So one of the impacts that we are going to be seeing once those homes are developed, that it'll add inventory to already tight market. If you haven't watched our videos of a market update, you should. And if you have, you already know how tight it is for sellers, because it's going to influx the inventory, meaning that you're going to have a competition increase it, then it'll increase the days on market, and the days on market currently is ticking away as well. Even though we do have buyers out there, and quite a bit buyers.
Lots of buyers.
But at the same time, it's going to increase the competition for sellers. So that will be interesting to see. That will really flip that market.
Yeah, so right now the median days on market is right around 42. So we're seeing the median days on market slowly tick up right now. It's still pretty competitive, but 42 days on market seems like a long time, especially coming out of the COVID COVID market that we were just in. And if you're a buyer right now, we're still seeing about 3 offers per house, and houses are selling at 50% over list price. So if you're selling your house, generally if it's listed at a good value, if buyers are seeing it at a good value, most sellers are getting at asking price, if not over asking price. That's kind of the market that we're seeing right now in a nutshell.
So the third location is Washington Middle School, which is located on Washington Road. The status right now is it's vacant until further development is decided. KOSD and the city has not decided what to do with that area just yet. We want to know, what do you think should go there once the demolition is going to happen? Or after the demolition, because the demolition is going to happen, so there is no if it's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen, but what do you want to see there? Do you want to see more retail shops, grocery shops, grocery centers, or housing? So more housing into this already influx.
I think a grocery store downtown would be really nice, because there isn't enough grocery stores downtown.
I do think so too, because I believe we have enough houses and we have enough shopping centers around to justify not having one there. I think a grocery store, like a standalone grocery store, should go there. So, but we want to know what you think. Drop it down in the comments and let us know what you think should go there. So now, before we dive any deeper into this conversation, if you're thinking about moving to Kenosha, this is the kind of insight that you would need. A lot of people actually reach out to us every week asking what is going on in the future of Kenosha, because I really want to know which area to move into. So if you're one of those people, please give us a call or text at 262-331-1621, or go and visit our website, chascottrealty.com, and grab one of those guides as well. So let's get back to what this means to you.
So let's talk about the bigger picture and why all this redevelopment matters, and why knocking down these schools matters, and how it impacts you and your life living here in Kenosha. So Aalia, how does it impact the housing market here in Kenosha?
So it's going to influx at 30 plus new homes into the area. So it's going to boost for our buyers. It's going to increase the options for our buyers who are currently not seeing their options currently. But the demand is going to still outpace the supply, meaning that the buyers are still going to be more than the sellers. However, the sellers are going to find it to be very stressful because of the fact that their house will be on that market a little longer than what we're seeing right now. So a little bit more competition.
And a little other market insight for you: median home sales prices right now are at $265,000 in the city of Kenosha. It's a 6% increase year over year. So year over year, 2024 or 2025 over 2024. So prices do continue to rise year over year, and we don't see that stopping anytime soon.
So another bigger picture that we're going to see is like a new park, which will actually raise family appeal. So we do want to have an increase of parks and having those family move in as well, which values will increase more than likely when the families start seeing the appeal of these neighborhoods. Also, it kind of gives them an option of moving to a different area rather than staying in, let's say, a Forest Park area versus the Whitecaps.
Yeah.
So
another choice in the Kenosha area.
Exactly. So I mean, that is actually a good positive thing that's happening at that time in this area. So what about the community? What are our concerns about the community?
So one of the biggest concerns that I'm hearing right now, that since this was just announced from the people that are living in the area, is that they feel like their voices weren't heard. The city just kind of announced this spur of the moment. They feel like that they weren't a part of these talks. They feel like they weren't part of the
public forum, so that they were able to voice their concerns in order to preserve the history of Kenosha. So that's one of their concerns, is that the history of Kenosha is being erased and slowly being redeveloped into a modern day future, essentially.
Exactly.
So it is also one of the concerns from the community is that the emotional ties to these schools. These schools have been there for hundreds of years. Multiple years, if not 100 years at least. So there's generations upon generations of family members that went through these schools, so that they have that emotional tie of those memories being erased as well.
Yeah, I see a lot of comments on these social media posts of, oh, I went to school, back in the 70s or 60s or 80s or 90s at McKinley or Lincoln, and I'm going to miss that school so much. I had so many fond memories of going there. And even Aalia, she taught at Lincoln for 2 years. I mean, I'm sure you're going to have fond memories. I mean, Lincoln isn't being torn down, but...
No, but it's being redeveloped into a different state of...
A different campus.
A different campus, yes.
Yeah. So it won't be the same.
No, it will never be the same because they've already changed the format or the structure of it inside of each classroom. But I will still have fond memories for those 2 years. Even teachers who have been there for 10 plus years, they have fond memories about that. So just kind of remembering that these families have gone through it for generations upon generations, not just 2 years, but
exactly.
I can only imagine.
Another concern is traffic and infrastructure. So while redevelopment may ease traffic congestion and problems in these areas, it can also worsen it. It just totally depends on the implementation of how they construction crews and how they design these streets and the new traffic patterns that they put in here. So we'll just have to wait and see how things turn out.
So one of the controversy or debate that's happening here over the announcement of tearing up these buildings is, are we going to preserve history or the historic schools or prioritize housing? Because preserving the historic schools, just like Washington Middle, will help the emotional ties that these families actually have, and prioritizing the community over housing. But if you go towards the housing, increasing the chances for the buyers to find a place to live, thereby redeveloping the Kenosha economy, which is, or stimulating the economy here in Kenosha, is what we need as well. So which side are you on? Are you preserving historic schools or prioritizing housing? Let us know in the comments.
Both are important. We need to focus on our history and keep our history in the area, but we also need to prioritize our economy and keep that growing and keep our infrastructure growing. We have a lot of people moving to our area from Illinois and from all over the U.S. Because of the number of jobs that are coming to our area. So how do we preserve our history, but also increase the number of housing units that are in our area? That's something that our politicians debate with and weigh. What are your thoughts? How do we do that? I have no idea. I don't have a good answer to that. What are your answers to that? Let us know down in the comments.
So Kenosha isn't actually alone, Chad.
No.
It's the redevelopment of schools and offices is actually happening across the U.S. So yes, it may be a change for us, and we feel like we're the only ones who are changing, but unfortunately, we are not alone in this. Generational memories are being replaced by construction, and then we understand that and we sympathize and empathize for that as well.
So what's next? So contractors, New Berlin Grading and KR Contractors have been contracted to do the demolishing of these buildings, and they will be coming in. The demolishing is supposed to start this fall of 2025, so they should be starting anytime now. I'm assuming sometime in October they'll be starting. They should be coming in with their heavy machinery and knocking down these buildings and hauling away all of the pieces of the buildings.
The buildings are already blacked off, so with no parking in their lots. So That'll be interesting. So it'll be interesting to see how the city handles Washington Middle site.
Yeah, make sure you watch that closely. What's the city going to do with that? Are they going to leave it empty for a while? Are they going to redevelop it right away into more housing and commercial space and you know, like we think a grocery store? What are they going to do with that? I think that if you have a strong opinion on what they should do with that, attend the city
hall meetings.
Yeah, attend the city planning meetings and voice your opinion on what they should do with that site.
Exactly.
They do actually listen to the citizens, and they'll take your opinion
and advisement.
Yeah.
So follow us and subscribe to our channel, because we will follow these developments as they roll out as well. So you will find out through us as well. So hit that subscribe button as well. Okay. Kenosha is changing, and projects like these show us how fast. If you are buying, selling, investing, or even relocating, you want someone that knows not just the market, but where it's going.
So if you're considering moving here to the area, make sure that you call us or text us at 262-331-1621 or visit our website at chadscottrealty.com and make sure that you grab one of our guides there. Hope they have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next video.